Hey everyone, welcome back to some more Let's Play Underrail. In the last video, Decker had made his way over to Junkyard, another town located down here in the Underrail south. We have been tasked with finding an armadillo drill rotator circuit board for the old armadillo drill that Southgate Station possesses. It's currently out of service, but if we can find that rotator circuit board for it, they will be able to use it to help plow through the debris caused by the earthquake maybe a day or so ago now. We went over to Junkyard and we were taking a look for it, but none of the merchants that we talked to had it. They recommended that we talk to the Scrappers or the Black Eagles, their shops, located in different areas of Junkyard, in order to find it. Maybe one of them have it. Junkyard itself is a word to describe it. These two gangs are basically watching over the town. They are rivals, but they get along with each other. And they're the ones who protect the citizens therein. They extract taxes or cash from them, or extortion, I suppose. Extort money from them for living there and stuff of that sort. But in return, people get to live there without being attacked by random bandits or monsters. There's also a protectorate station there, which we also visited, as we had some trade documents to deliver to them from Vera here in Southgate Station. Apparently, their network is compromised, and they don't trust this information to be wired. Funny that, because when we had left the protectorate station, we were contacted to meet someone at the local eating establishment. Upon showing up, we met Abram, who wanted some information about what it is like on the inside of the Protectorate base. We let him know, and we let him know truthfully what is within that location. In return, he paid us quite a sum of money, and he asked us to drop off a cybernetic burrower inside the vent system therein, and we accomplished that as well. And also, I suppose I should mention that our first death happened there also. It was totally a death. After we dropped the burrower off, we left the vent, and I realized right at that point we have no stealth, and I have to try to guess when we open the door if there's anyone standing on the other side of it doing their patrol, because if there is, we're going to get seen immediately, and that exact thing happened. And, similar to where we are here in Southgate Station, when we get seen by someone doing something bad, every single member of the Protectorate in the entire game turns hostile to us. And especially given our current situation, without any good equipment this early in the game, we are dead. We're not even going to make the attempt to get out of the Protectorate station. That would be a nightmare. That's simply not ever going to work. So, our first death, but I guess this must be the second time. Now, off-screen, I came back over here in order to see if maybe Ezra had a electric discharger for sale, because we have been playing for about an hour and a half or so in the last episode, and while the merchants had refreshed their inventories, he still did not have this electrical discharger. And so what I'm going to do, everyone, is I'm going to use the cheat engine to make Ezra refresh his inventory over and over again until he sells one. Let's go take a look again. Yep, so he's not currently selling electrical discharger. It's one of these things, and it's none of these things. He's not selling it. So, I'm going to cut the recording here so that I can use OBS Studio to record my desktop and show you using the cheat engine, while at the same time, I think I'll be using my fraps to record what's happening in the game simultaneously. So you will get to see what the result is in the game through this normal video, but I'll have a separate, very small video, won't be very long in length, which shows what I'm doing with the cheat engine in order to do this. At the end of the Gabriel playlist in my review video, I believe in it, I'll go double check, but I'm pretty sure it's in there, I link to the cheat engine and to the cheat table that is used here. You can always find it as well, it's just online. What's it called again? It's just called the cheat engine. I think there's another name for it. But in any case, I'll be right back. I just need to make sure I get this all set up correctly. Alright, everyone. So I think I have all this set. Once again, if you're just watching the standard YouTube playthrough of mine here with Decker, you're not going to really notice a whole lot of anything that will change other than the merchant's inventory when I activate the cheat. Otherwise, you're probably watching this in the standalone video. So over here on the right is the cheat engine. Over here on the left is the game window. And we're going to go ahead and attach the cheat engine to the Underrail games application or executable. So we click on that glowing icon and we say attach you to Underrail. As I look at all this stuff and make sure there is nothing over here that will get me in trouble at this exact moment, and I don't see anything that will get me in trouble with the internet. So let's go ahead and open Underrail. As I double check one more time. Yeah, everything here looks correct, Tim. All right, so there we go. So now it's attached. So it's watching the Underrail game. Now that it's attached, I'm going to talk with Ezra. And still notice that nothing's different. This is because I have not enabled the cheat quite yet. And we'll bring it down. And now I'm going to load the cheat table. Now, you don't need a cheat table to do this. But a cheat table makes it extremely easy to do this. A cheat table is a one or more scripts which can be run on a very particular game to allow you to manipulate the things which are happening in memory during the game. Someone made this cheat table, not me, and thank goodness they did. A salute to you, sir. And I think I even put your name at the end of Gabriel's review, I think. I hope I did. If I didn't, I'll go and do it right after this, but I'm pretty sure I did. So I'm going to select the Underrail cheat table and load it. And this cheat table has these things in it. I want, in particular, this script, the Force Merchant Refresh. I'm going to click that button. I'm going to come down here and click this button. And now it is enabled. When I come over here to Ezra and I talk to him again, notice that his inventory is changed. He has 500 credits now, not 443. And notice all the cool things he is selling. He's still not selling an electric discharger. No problem. I'll just hit escape and click on him again. He's still not selling an electric discharger, but he is selling different things. Still nothing that I want. Again. Still no electric discharger. Again. Finally selling one. Okay, so we'll buy it. Now, all the cheat tables, all the cheat engine did for me here is it's saving me. How many times was that? That was 4 times that we did that. So that was about 6 hours of real life time. I think 6 hours? 4 or 6 hours of real life time that I saved, not having to just stand here and wait for him to refresh with the normal in-game timer. Merchants refresh their inventory every hour and a half or so. I think of real life time. Might be an hour and 15 minutes or just an hour, but I'm pretty sure it's an hour and a half. So this allows me to fish, in other words, keep bringing up and down his inventory looking for the item I want. I don't have to buy this one. I could keep doing this over and over again until maybe he has a better quality one. But, oh, I just wanted to sell any. So this is fine for me. Now notice that he has also 708 bucks. If I was to use a cheat again, because it's still enabled, if I click on him again, he goes back to 500 bucks because it puts his inventory back into I've refreshed my inventory state. So keep that in mind as well. In any case, if I had sold him some things, like let's say I sell him all this stuff to take all that money from him, if I was then to leave his inventory and click on him again, he'd be back up to 500 again. So you can use this to either fish for items from a merchant, or you can use it to just make it so that their money gets put back up to their max, what they have normally, and then you can keep selling all your items to them over and over again until you get them all cleared out. Because if you've played Underrail for any time, you will eventually realize that you're collecting a bunch of these guns or things you want to sell to merchants, and you just want to sell them, and they just can't buy it all because they have to wait until they get more cash in. So this cheat lets you make that happen immediately, rather than waiting an hour and a half of real life time. Alright, so with that done, I'm going to cut the recording again to check it out to make sure it came out okay on both sides, and I'll be right back. And by both sides, I mean my OBS was recording my desktop, so for that video, and that the in-game one worked as well. Oh, I fell asleep. I fell asleep, everyone. I'm so sorry. Alright, well, actually, no one's going to know the difference, Tim. You just came back. Hey, everyone. Alright, I had to rebuy that electric discharger again. I forgot to save the game when I logged out to compress down those parts and check up on them. A heads up that, interestingly enough, Ezra was selling the same exact things in the same exact order when I activated the cheat engine again and cycled the merchant inventory refresh. It must use some sort of saved seed for the random number generation when it generates the stuff in their inventory. I just thought that was interesting because it's the same quality as the last one I had picked up. And again, it was the 4th time I cycled his inventory that showed up. Interesting. Alright, so let's go ahead and make the taser, now that we bought the part for it. And it costs 6 energy per use. And as you can see, it deals 8 through 16 electrical damage and stuns both the target... and stuns the target for 1 turn. And it works on both living targets and machines. It's 6 energy, and if it's fully charged, we can use it 6 times. And if it's charged 1/4 of the way, we can use it 5 times. So there's probably no reason to fully charge it, if I have the option not to. Okay, so let's get back on over to Junkyard. Alright, yes, so what else you want to talk about, Tim, on your way over there? So we'll arrive at the docks. We haven't been to the docks yet, so that'll give us an opportunity to rummage through everyone's clothing and make sure they're not doing anything tricky with their pockets or things they put in their pockets. And then we'll talk to the Black Eels, who control the docks, I believe. Oh, hold on a second. You know what? We did level once. Maybe we can take that dagger off of her now. Nope, still can't take it. Can take the money off of her now, though, but we probably need 5 more points in pickpocket to get the steel combat knife. Might be able to get it if I eat the eel sandwich, but Colmier's knife is actually pretty good, and we're about to get that. We'll just use Colmier's knife. Let's give her 8 charons and step on over to Junkyard, saving us quite a step, literally. Actually, quite a few of them. Okay, welcome to the docks, everyone. Bit messy, filled with junk, trash, who knows God what else. And Captain Roderick also has a decent knife. For our current level, that is. But we can't take that either. Not enough pickpocket. We can take his Stygian coins, though. And if I'm to be honest, I prefer Savannah's dagger to his. So let's help ourselves to the 49 Stygian coins that he gave us as a welcome gift for pulling up to the Black Eel's docks. This is a restricted area, Jack. Beat it. No, we are allowed to be here. At least I think we're allowed to be here. We'll pick his pocket first, though. We'll take his bullets. Hello, Dockmaster. Almost said your name. A lean, tall man stands before you, chewing on something leisurely. On his exposed forearms, you can see various crude tattoos and shallow scars covering his calloused skin. His facial features are sharp, as if chiseled into stone. If you're looking to trade, get the hell out and take the first door to the right. Tell me about the Black Eels. Are you head honcho? We control the docks and all the nearby waterways, and through that, all the naval trade. It's quite a lucrative business, too. Our biggest customers are here in the south, but you'd be surprised how many fancy-pants, civilized northern stations come to us in search of various parts and raw materials. Scrappers control the Old Junkyard, true. But there's plenty of heaps this side of the fence yard, and, unlike the crazy zone raids, it doesn't cost lives to salvage it. And besides, it ain't like the scrappers can ship their stuff anywhere without our help. As far as the leadership is concerned, I'm the guy in charge of the docks, and that's all you need to know, station boy. Alright, thank you. So this must be the Black Eel's shop. You break it, you buy it. That's fair enough. What does he have? More bullets? An adrenaline shot, though. How many of them do I have? Oh, I don't even mind my hotbar. Let me see how many of them I have. 6. 6 adrenaline shots. I think we could take a 7th. Let's do that. Thank you for the... that's the door entry prize, right? Get a free adrenaline shot for the 188th member to walk into the shop or something. Here, do some trading, Jack. Would you happen to, by any chance, have an Armadillo drill class rotator circuit board? No, I've got lots of junk, but I ain't got any Armadillo parts. Doubt any merchant here has got those. Maybe you can find those at Old Junkyard. Can't be sure. Tell me about Old Junkyard. Old Junkyard, Depot A. It's the original junkyard this town was built next to from the scrap our predecessors found there. It's a restricted area now, though, on account of some accident with the musion tank that happened a long time ago. It's a crazy zone now. Rabid dogs, mutants, flipped out auto turrets. There's still lots of valuable junk there, though, and you got scrappers still doing raids there. And they ain't letting many other folks get in. That's the problem, you see. Those bastards control the gate. It's in their freaking base. So there's no other way in? Now, I didn't say that. You know what they say. Where there's a will, there's a way. If you absolutely need that Armadillo part, the Black Eels might be able to help you. How so? Talk to Silas, the Dockmaster. Tell him Colton sent you and you're interested in the wormhole. He'll tell you more about it. Interesting. Alright then. Let's do that. You again? I'm here about the wormhole. Colton said you're a man to talk to. You look green, boy. What you need the wormhole for? You got a death wish? I'm looking for something specific and I can't find it on the market. Must be something special if it's worth risking your hide. The wormhole can get you in and out, but it's gonna cost you. How much? Usually I ask for money. I've got another deal for you, if you're interested. Let's hear it. I need someone to solve a couple problems for me. Maybe get his hands dirty in the process. Think what I mean? It shouldn't take you too long, and you might even earn some charons on the side as well. Sound good so far? Go on. There's a guy that owes me a hefty amount of coins. Not only that, but he's also late on his protection money. I don't think he's got it though, but shake him down. See if he has something else of value. If not, well, you still gotta send a message what happens when you try to swindle the Black Eels, right? So you up for this? Besides this, how many more favors do you need me to do for you before I'll get into the wormhole? Just one more after this. So you in or what? I'm in. Excellent. The guy's name is Grover. He lives over in a shack just north of the tavern, right next to Len's shop. Get him to pay up 100 charons he owes me, or something of equal value. If he can't pay up, bring me his ugly head. Okay then. Well, we've already seen him. We know he's got nothing in his pockets, so it's not looking too good for Grover. Guess the last thing his living eyes will see is us putting a bullet in his head. 4.44 magnum rounds, worth more than the Stygian coins are. What type of guy is this? Black Eel gangster? We'll take his adrenaline shot. Oh, crap! He had a good dagger, too. Better than the one we were currently using. Should have taken that instead. But too late now. We took the adrenaline shot. We're not coming back for this. I'm not going to reload the game. What have you got, sir? Another adrenaline shot. We can't take the money. We'll keep taking all the adrenaline. Get lost, Squeezer. Warning sign. Keep away or get shot. Remember, this is gang territory, so they are very likely to be angry at us if we're in an area we're not supposed to be in. That fixer fellow's derailed as heck. You part of the same crowbar gang that all the others were a part of last episode? You are. I bet you are as well, Mr. Commoner Junker. Commoner Junker? You got any eels to spare, maybe? I'll give you some tomorrow. Ah, poor girl. Unfortunately, we don't have any eels. Our plan is to not go fishing with this character. We're not... So, eels or fish, they're valuable if you have biology. You can, well, lack of a better term, break them apart for various types of ingredients that you need to make some of the more... I was gonna say rare, but it's not necessarily the case. It depends upon the drug. Some drugs you need fish parts in order to get them, like blood or poisons, ichor, depending upon the type of thing that you're breaking down. This guy also has an adrenaline shot, which we will take. Lots and lots of adrenaline shots early on in the game through pickpocketing. And I think the occasional morphine shot later on, depending upon who you're pickpocketing. So you will never want for those things. And I do not want that there. I want that here. My other drugs. Alright, so we've given the Decker handshake to everyone's pant leg pockets, or their overcoat pockets. Let's see what we have inside this cave. And it's sandwich time. You dislodge the rock and squeeze in. Okay, we have a Rat Hound Alpha there, and another Rat Hound Alpha. Let's throw some caltrops. Wow! Well, that did not go where I wanted it to go. That's easily they can easily walk around those. We're gonna get hit, and there's not much I can do about that. Ooh, it missed. How much damage are you taking? 32. You're dead at the end of the next round. If I kill this one, you still get to move up and attack me. But I think it's still worth killing this one anyway. Maybe. Hold on. So, let's see. Okay, we did kill it. I'm just going to stun this one. And it should die automatically. And then we can clean up the other... Oh! That's a normal Rat Hound, Tim, not a Rat Hound Alpha. That's a Rat Hound Alpha. And we just used a taser. So now it's on cooldown. Oh, and it didn't die. Oh, the 4 stacks is how much damage it actually is taking just 8 damage each round, not 32. It's not 8 damage per stack. So he'll die next round. And then the big Rat Hound will get to go. Okay. Well, this didn't work out for me. I made a few mistakes. So we're going to get attacked by that Alpha as well. Let's move at least into a position we can only be attacked by one at a time. Oh, the Rat Hound didn't get to go. Or rather, it was pinned by the other Rat Hound. That really works out for us. Let's move right up to it, and I think we can probably just carve it up. Alright, not bad. That's a piece of cake. Let's take the things... Those caltrops, what the heck? Well, I shouldn't expect them to go where I want them most of the time, because the odds are really against that happening. But that was pretty easy in the end. The guy waiting over here, who Colmer said is now living in this area, will not be as easy as those Rat Hounds. I think he's actually pretty tough on some of the harder difficulty levels as well. Do I want the mind shrooms? I do. It will keep us in the darkness, whereas this guy will not be. We're going to do the door thing. We open the door, we move over here, we can end combat. This way we're not plunged immediately into combat and have to start fighting him while we're 25 action points low. Alright, charge! And we just shoot him. In the face! We can shoot him again. And then we can stun him. We can cut him. No, we can't cut him. Actually, let's use one of these adrenaline shots. And carve up some Vilmer. Alright, that was easy. Well, let me rephrase. I made it look easy thanks to using adrenaline and thanks to having a taser. He actually has aim shot, and I think he usually has like a 45 Magnum? Oh no, he's got the same thing we have. A .762 Hammerer laser sight. Let's take a look at the difference. Ours does 10 through 30 and is level 5. His does 10 through 32 and is level 7. So we want to use his instead of ours. And we'll go ahead and repair it twice. It's worth repairing it even if I didn't intend to use it. It's repairing for slightly more than $1,000 per repair kit for 150 points of durability repaired. So that was totally worth it. What else does he have? 33 coins, the knife that we're here for, some adrenaline, which is up for the one we used, a single flashbang, 30 bullets, a health hypo, and the key card to his front door, which we are never going to use. This is the locker we were told about, and he's got some scrapture, a new oddity for us. Clearly a constructed sculpture made of scrap. But what could it mean? We'll take it. We'll take the mushroom, the mine shrooms, and he's got 276 Stygian coins. Colmer, that was an amazing deal. Now, Colmer's knife. Let's take a look at it. It does 9 through 17 damage. Our current knife does 9 through 16. So one more point of max damage. Its action point is 12. This one is as well. 15% chance to crit. Our current knife is 10. 100% critical damage bonus. It does less than ours. However, if it's equipped, if we end our turn with this in our hand, or it's in our hand whenever we're attacked, we have a 2% less chance to get critically hit. That's pretty amazing. So one more point of max damage and a special side effect of having this weapon. We're going to be keeping this weapon for the time being, and I intend to do deep away with this weapon unless I'm able to make myself an actual pneumatic electric glove of some sort, a power fist, or that the shock glove, or whatever that special item was in Invisible Ink that your agents got to use to knock someone out. If I can do that, I'll make one of them because I think that's rather thematic and in keeping with Decker's character. But otherwise, this dagger will get used. Why would you not want to keep it? Well, it's worth oddity experience points. I think it's worth 2 turning it into Colmer, but it may only be worth 1. I can't remember off the top of my head. But it's not a bad knife whatsoever. And I am probably going to be using it. If only because I don't think Third Electronics will enable me to make the best type of glove possible. I mean, it'll still be a decent power glove, Tim. Well, combat gloves is what they're called. And you also need the plan to make it. I don't think you have that yet. Oh, we do have it. We do have it. Okay. Hey, Len. So I am here because we're probably going to use Colmer's glove. So, I mean, that's a decent thing too. But I don't have... If I was to say I want that, how much is that worth? 663 Charons. That's half of our cash. And to be honest, I'm not going to take very many melee feats. So I don't think we'll buy it. It is worth it, I feel. But nah, we'll be okay. Alright, did you cycle your inventory, Lynn? You did not do so. Okay, so let's put this back. Oh, actually, no. So, I know I shouldn't do it until I'm closer to figuring out if I do want to use a dagger or build a fist, but I'll do this anyway. Let's buy an advanced mechanical repair kit, and I'll take 2 more of these as well. That's like 300 credit charge. Maybe I won't do it. Only 100. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so we have more garbage that we don't want on us. Let's go ahead and leave a bunch of this crap here. Oh, we should read these blueprints. I don't know if I mentioned it, just in case I didn't. When I had been over to look to see if Ezra had a electric discharger after an hour and a half of time had gone by, to see if the merchants naturally refresh their inventory. He didn't. But I did do some other shopping, and so I picked up all this stuff because it's the stuff I might end up making eventually. Even though I have no intention of using an assault rifle in combat, I still may make one to sell it for Charons later on. So we're going to go ahead and read all this stuff, picking up assault rifle knowledge, bullets, balaclava, and tactical vest. The bullets we learned to make are standard bullets. These bullets, not these types. We need different blueprints for them. Oh, and Necron Lord pointed out to me that the 9mm special rounds, which tends to be the type of gun I like using my pistols whenever I make a character who uses pistols, are acidic pistols. Acidic rounds. So I would need chemistry if I want to work with acid. And I'd also need biology if I want to break down acid glands that are dropped by mutants. So that's going to be tricky because I don't have the I don't have the skill points for that in my build currently, but it's something I'll need to consider if I do intend to use a 9mm. Why would I not, you're asking? Well, there's nothing wrong with other pistol types. It's just you need to remember you need to find a nice balance between the damage you like dealing and how many shots you want to take. Because the smaller caliber the gun, the less action points it takes to fire it, but the less damage it's going to deal as well. And this can be a real pain in the butt, or rather a not pain in the butt, when you're shooting enemies who are wearing vests which have a good amount of mechanical reduction, or they're anti-rifle vests, which greatly reduce the amount of damage that the people have while wearing them. For example, what I'm currently wearing. A 5mm is going to really struggle to put any damage on us. But the other good thing about this build is that we took expertise to try to make up for that fact, because expertise lets us inflict an extra point of damage for every single bullet we put into someone. And currently we are dealing 7 extra damage with our shots. I find that expertise is really worth it for any type of build that uses a weapon which strikes quickly but doesn't deal too much damage. Like daggers, unarmed attacks, 5mm pistols, even a 7.62, it's good with that. You get less use out of it for other types of weapons, but it's still useful. But because you're not attacking as much, again, you're not seeing as much benefit for expertise. But it's still a good feat, even for them. I think I even took it with Gabriel for the sledgehammer build, just because I wanted every point of damage I could when I hit with it. Alright, Grover. This is looking pretty bad for you. I still ain't in the mood to chat. I'm here for the Dockmaster's money, Grover, so pony up. His expression remains unchanged. Look, I told Silas already. I just don't have any money right now. I'll pay him back as soon as I can. And when's that? I don't know. Soon, I think. That's not good enough, Grover. He stares at you. After a few seconds, his expression slowly begins to break. I'll have it real soon, I promise. I promise. Any last words, Grover? No, please! That's pathetic. Sorry, Grover, but we're killing you. And I want to make sure I kill you. I'm going to stun you. And then shoot you in the head. Done! Now you can get a quest from Grover, actually. He begs for his life, and in return he promises to get you a power core worth probably at least the amount of money he owes, 100 Charons. That power core comes from Teresa, and we robbed that power core from her already. Grover's head. This is the head of Grover of Junkyard. He's even uglier dead. Why does it look like this? I want to say for some reason this is a small nod to the Sesame Street Grover. Didn't Grover play a knight in Sesame Street? It's been ages since I watched Sesame Street, not since I've been a kid. Alright, let's go turn in the head to Dockmaster Silas. He'll want us to do another task, but we'll be back for that second task. maybe we don't have to do any more work for him, and the scrappers will have a job for us to do. I'm sorry, job for us to do. They'll have the actual rotator circuit board part that we're looking for, or we can purchase it from them and spare us all this work. Spoilers, that won't be the case. Yeah, about that Grover guy. Did you handle the situation? Poor sap couldn't pay up. Give him Grover's head. You can give Silas $100 instead and spare Grover's life if you want to. Maybe they've added something special about doing that later on down the road. I know there's been quite a few patches for the game, but, let's kill him anyway. So, he really was telling the truth about being broke. Regretful. But you did what had to be done. Good job. So what's that other thing you want done? Go talk to Captain Broderick there at the wharf. He was transporting some cargo for us when the earthquake started and a big wave knocked some of it off the boat. He thinks he knows where it might have washed up, though. He'll ferry you over to look for it. Why doesn't he look for it himself? No clue. Some nonsense about islands being cursed. You know how superstitious sailors can be. Alright, I'll do it. Excellent. Talk to Broderick when you're good to go. Oh, well, there's no pressure to do that right now, so we'll come back and do that quest. Note that we got 1 XP for bringing the head. You can do both series of quests for the scrappers, which we're about to start here, and for the black eels. And if you're playing oddity mode, I highly recommend you do both. I think all told you get something like 6 or 7, maybe even a little more than that, oddity points, from both completing the quests and from things you find doing them along the way. I suppose you can explore the areas that the quests take part in without accepting the quests. But completing the quests does give you oddity experience points, and, well, if you're playing oddity mode, you want as many of them as you can possibly get. Oh, hold on, there were bullets in there. A bullet shell, sorry, 7.62. We'll take those shell casings. Pike off. Alright, we will do so after we search our pockets for scrap, Mr. Scrapper. We'll take his 6 coins. Some more scrapper gangsters. You're looking for trouble? Nope. Well, actually, yes, I am. I'm looking for trouble in your pockets. And you have a level 7 shock steel combat knife, which I can't take because our pickpocketing isn't high enough. That's super interesting and very tempting. I mean, we can't take it without aggroing all the scrappers, though, so 9 through 18 electrical damage as well for it. 9 through 16 damage. I might actually use this over Coleman's dagger. If we level up and my pickpocket must be take it, I think we will actually use that dagger instead. I'd rather lose a finger to an eel than a leg to a rat hound. Oh, wow. Yeah, I would too. God, not being able to walk. Well, I guess you could. Like, you use crutches, or they'd put like a peg leg on you or something like that in this world. So that sucks. Maybe it depends upon where your leg gets cut off from. Anything here? 2 credits. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned to everyone, but if you're having trouble targeting something in the game, you can zoom in. This was added a few patches ago. I think when the new Psy went in, they added zooming in and zooming out. It's really super handy for targeting purposes. Okay, see this scrapper gangster? She's armed with a sniper rifle. So I'm assuming she has a higher perception than her friends, and we probably won't be able to pick her pockets. Oh, nope, I'd be wrong about that. Okay. I suppose there's something else I should mention. When it comes to picking pockets, the type of person you're picking the pocket from, their perception, and what they have equipped will determine if they notice you or not. I have noticed that... I think I'll take the coins. I have noticed that, like, stealth snipers, when you find them or bump into them, and they go back to stealth, and if you pick their pockets, you have to have, like, a really high pocketing skill to actually do so successfully. As opposed to, say, just someone standing there in metal armor, like the members of the Protectorate. We have 10 adrenaline shots. We'll take another. We might as well search the entire area first before we... Well, not first, but we are going to search the entire area. I don't think we need those cases. We're not going to make any 12.7 millimeter? Yep. Guns. Bullets. Or guns. Well, actually, we might make a sniper rifle at some point in the game just to sell it. Sniper rifles and shotguns are worth an incredible amount of money to vendor them. Like, a phenomenal amount. As you saw, even, like, the level 1 shotgun was worth 7,000 in value. And later on, like, a high-level sniper rifle with 2 types of different gun attachments on it can be worth, like, 32,000. Or more. It's amazing. You can really clear out entire inventories worth of what the merchant's selling for crafting a really good sniper rifle. So knowing how to make them, it can't really hurt you picking up the blueprint. Well, assuming you're going to take the mechanics required to actually craft them. Don't try anything funky. Is this funky? Because we're trying it. He didn't say anything, so I guess you're used to this. This guy has an HE mine on him for some reason. Alright, we're going to take his Charons. Hello, merchant, whose name I did not say. I just barely stopped myself from doing that. Let's pick his pocket really quick. 177 Charons. We will take those as well. Welcome to Depot B, stranger. I saw you rummage through my pockets. If you need some explosives ammo or just random junk, you should spend that 177 Charons here. Would you happen to, by any chance, have an Armadillo-class drill rotator circuit board? Well, you can look around, but I'm pretty sure I don't have none of that stuff. It's not that common of a digger nowadays, Jack, so we don't look for its parts when scavenging the Old Junkyard. What's the Old Junkyard? I've heard several people mention it. Depot A. It's right through that gate over there in the back. Points with the thumb over his shoulder. We keep it under lock because there's some nasty creatures roaming around in there. You wouldn't want to meet none of them, Jack. Trust me. Depot A's were many people's first characters. When they finally reach it, they realize it's not good enough and they die over and over and over again. Well, I think I'm pretty good at this game. Can I go in and take a look around for the part I need? I doubt it, Jack. You could go ask Eddie if he'd let you in, but don't you get your hopes up. Underrail's a tough game, even on normal. Who's Eddie? Eddie's a big boss around here. He leads the gang and runs this place. What do you do with all that junk? We sell it, of course. Some I sell to jacks like yourself, but most of it gets shipped to Foundry, Core City. Some goes to the Protectorate, and so on. That's how we make a living. Well, let me see what you have for sale. Okay, and what does he have for sale? This is some, I mean, it's low level. This stuff is low level, but this is about like level 10 or so. Maybe even slightly higher than that. If I had a tailorer and I was interested in stealth, and I was interested in using stealth and I could make like some armor, this would be a good set of black cloth to purchase for Depot A to do that run with some good armor. We'll buy some Burr Poison caltrops, since I see some here. And what is he selling for blueprints? Sledgehammer, a mine, and a hand grenade. I don't need those. A boot spring, but I don't know how to make boots. And even if I did, I don't think I'd be able to make boots with this boot spring because my tailoring would have to be higher. By the way, you can occasionally, so merchants who sell boots and what have you, you should check them if you're interested in anything better because they might sell boots which have a boot spring in them. Boot springs reduce your stealth score or increase your stealth. They make it harder for you to stealth, but they increase your movement, giving you extra movement points. They're very useful. I think we need more lockpicks, so let's go ahead and purchase all of those from him. And is he selling any decent gun frames, handgun frames? He is not. He's selling a decent sniper rifle frame. I will eventually have 45 mechanics, but I don't think we'll take that. Or maybe... How much money do you have? 250. $250. What does my build say I'm doing? Oh, no, don't do that. I'll have to check later. I'll check off. Actually, I'll cut the recording. I'll be right back, everyone. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have 60 mechanics at level 10 if I follow my build. So, I'll do this. So let's buy... I don't intend to use the sniper rifle. But I can sell it. Do I have anything he'll buy to help reduce this cost? Ugh. 200 charons for this. But we just took 177 out of his pockets. So, we'll take it. Okay, so let's see if Eddie will let us into Depot A. I don't think it's charons. I didn't say nothing to you. That's right, I was saying hello to you first. 74 charons on this guy, and 3 fusion cells. I think we'll take the charons instead. And here's Eddie. You see a short, jittery man with messy hair and stained goggles, both of which he occasionally adjusts only to find a second later that he's not happy with the new arrangement. What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy? He says and puts down his copper mug. Oh yeah, he does have a copper mug right there. Now tell me about the scrappers. That's my gang. We extract the valuable stuff from the old junkyard and sell it all over the south. The foundry and core city are our biggest customers. We're also in the business of killing people who try to muscle in our turf. So don't even think about it. Would you let me into the old junkyard? No dice. That's scrappers territory only, Jack. What are you looking for there anyway? Some drill parts. We don't usually allow outsiders in there. I guess I might be able to let you slip by. That is, if you're willing to do me a favor first. What kind of favor? I need to retrieve something from an associate of mine. Alright, that sounds simple enough. I'm listening. Let's discuss this somewhere more private. Okay, here's what you gotta do. Go to the slums, past the camping area into a back alley to the north. There's a gambling house back there. Look for a guy named Elwood and get his keycard off him. I have no idea how you do it though. Avoid fighting him if you can. If you absolutely must kill him for it, make sure no one sees you. If other scrappers see you attacking him, the whole deal is off and I'll have nothing to do with you. Understood? Alright, I'll do it. That's the spirit. Let me know when you got the keycard. Before we do that, Eddie, let's make sure, you're not holding out on us and you have the drill rotator circuit board on you. You have a key to the junkyard we could steal off of you at 51 charons, but I'm not going to take anything from Eddie. There's a I don't know if there's a good reason for it, but there's a reason why I'm going to let Eddie not steal anything from him. And that's because I want Eddie's suspicion to remain at nothing. Because after we retrieve this item from Eddie, I may take it off of him. We will see. The item off of him. We're taking a key card. That's not the item I'm talking about. I'm taking back from him. Alright, we'll swing past the dumpster. And we'll drop some stuff off there, assuming that Len hasn't cycled his inventory yet. I don't think he has. Oh, he is not. He is not. He's not buying any new firearms. Okay. I don't know if you noticed, but when I had cycled the inventory using the cheat from the cheat engine, it did change up the things they were looking for, in so much that they asked for new totals of various things. Let's think here. Is there anything else I want to leave here? Oh, our old pistol can stay here. Darn it, I already had a scope. I didn't have to buy that. Okay, whatever. Oh, alright, so... No, yeah, we already got the charons from the guy for Colmir and his dagger. Okay. I thought for a second I failed to do that. Okay, so... let's head up this way. And jump the gate. And this is the area that Eddie was talking about. Now, this area here is, I think, really highlights or showcases how you can do all sorts, you can solve problems in all sorts of different ways. If you have stealth, you can stealth through this area, trying to avoid being seen in order to get into this gambling house in order to access Eddie. If you don't, you can either kill them all by like you can pickpocket and kill everyone in here, but that's generally not going to be a good idea. However, you won't anger the entirety of Junkyard, although of course you also won't be able to complete the quest for Eddie if you kill everyone in there. You can pick his pocket, or you can maybe kill just Eddie if you can get it. If you can watch where he walks and ambush him appropriately. In any case, we're gonna pick his pocket. You ring the intercom. A croaky voice answers. "I haven't seen you before, stranger. Come to do some gambling?" "Yeah, can I come in?" Sure. But all new members got to pay 20 charons admittance fee first." "Alright, fair enough." So the charons through the designated crack in the door. "Welcome aboard." There is no gambling in Underrail, by the way. I know this game is well, to my knowledge, there's no gambling in Underrail. I know this game feels very similar to, what is it? Fallout, the Fallout series, and it is. And it's great. It's a fantastic spiritual successor. I actually like this game more than I like the Fallout series. But there was gambling in Fallout. There is no such thing here. Now, you can now bet on the Gauntlet as well. I really wish I could watch the Gauntlet in this game. And I wish I could gamble on it, but alas, you're not allowed to do so. You don't really have anything I want. You can keep all your stuff. The hallway here. If you must kill it, so there's Elwood. He's who we're here for. If you must kill him for that key card, this is the hallway you want to do it in, and you need to do it quickly. As long as he is dead and no one saw you actually attack him, you will not get in trouble. But if you don't kill him fast enough, and someone else walks around the corner, and they will, because they'll investigate the sound of your gun going off, for example, then, well, that's really bad for you, and you'll fail that bit. So I guess we should pick all their pockets while we're here. We paid an entry fee to do it, so. A dagger, a level 7 dagger, but not better than Coleman's, which we're using at the moment. We'll take his coins. Take his coins. The man gives you a puzzled look. "What do you want?" "How the dice treating you today?" "Mind your own damn business." "Alright then. If it's fair enough." He's not in the mood for small talk. But we are interested in taking his key card. We can't take his loaded dice. We just don't have, and that's a 1 point oddity item. We might come back for that. We'll need more pickpocketing though. His suspicion is now increased. So yeah, that's gonna make it tough. But the key card is part of the quest. Those loaded dice are not. And we can't take your 11 challenge. We can take your adrenaline shot. Alright. Objective completed. That was pretty darn easy. In the end. Oh, don't click on that, Tim. Sorry. Drinking soda to keep myself awake. I shouldn't have a second soda, but meh. I am. Okay, so let's go back and now tell Eddie that we got Elwood's keycard. Also, I don't need this other key card. I'm just going to leave it someplace. Now, when you complete the Black Eels quest, or the Scrapper's quest, or both of them, you will be allowed to access the Junkyard through their various entrances. The wormhole for the Black Eels, or just through their base and the Scrapper side. There are other quests you can get for either side after you're done, and I think if you complete the Scrapper's third part in this series, you cannot do the Black Eels. And I think if you do the Black Eels, then you won't be able to do the Scrappers, because of how it all works out. I tend to do the Scrapper's third quest and not the Black Eels, and that will be my intention this time around as well. The Scrapper's is far easier and gives you cash as an immediate reward upon completing it. The Black Eels gives you access to a new merchant, and I think might even give you more experience points overall. It's longer, and I think you also get paid. But I will do the Scrappers instead. Just something I like doing the Scrapper's quests. Yeah? I got Elwood's keycard. We give him the keycard. Very good. What about Elwood? He's safe and sound. Good. Good. Okay. Here's what you do next. Go to the back alley north of the tavern and find Elwood's house. It won't be hard to spot. It's the only one with decent walls and an electric lock. I need you to retrieve something from there. You didn't say anything about breaking into his house. What do you think I needed the keycard for, genius? Now listen up. I need you to find something that resembles a disc. It's dark green and rough on the surface, and it's made of something that's not quite stone and not quite metal. It's kind of hard to describe, but you'll know when you find it, trust me. Fine. But after this I get access to Depot A, right? You have my word. Good hunt. Oh, there's one more thing. From what I've gathered, Elwood is pretty good with mines, so watch your step in there. Alright, that's good to know. Why don't we charge our taser? And we're no good at disarming mines. And we might not be very good at throwing. But I think some low-level grenades can help us with the mines anyway. Assuming that this guy is selling some, and he is. So let's buy like 2 of these. Now we'll do the Scrapper's quest and complete this. And we'll do the Black Eels quest a little later. The Black Eels quest is a little tougher, I think, than this one is for the Scrappers, and I want to be a little higher level, and this means we're going to need to go out and do some exploring for more oddity items at this point. So far, if you're curious, we're about the same level that we would have been here in Oddity as we would have been in Classic mode. I'm not really detecting too much of a difference. Oh, okay, so we want to go back into this area now. And we want to equip this. Decent walls, electric lock. That's this one. By the way, I don't know if you've noticed it, but if you look here, can you see this strange symbol on the ground here? That's a hint for something that happens much later on in the game. I had noticed a few of these when I had played the game through with Garrett, and I actually had marked, I think, 1 or 2 locations where I had noticed them. And it turns out they'll be related to a different quest much later on. Okay. 60 lockpicking. We got 56 with a normal lockpick. And we could have another eel sandwich. And now it's exactly 60 with normal lockpicks. We could have used the MK2 lockpicks as well, but We'll eat some food. We're going into a hostile area anyway, so the extra dex will help. And we get an EMP grenade from that. That will come in really useful. With what we're about... That's psi boosters, Tim. That's not your EMP grenade. That's your EMP grenade. Okay. Let's head on in. And we immediately see a trap. A HE mine on the floor in front of us. That's good that we were able to detect it. A vent shaft. We'll give this an open. We'll search the shelves. What do we have in here? Not really worth taking. Now, we could sneak around this area, and by doing so, avoid the sentry bots, which are on patrol down here. But we've only got one of the 3 oddie items that the sentry bots drop. So we want to kill all the sentry bots. Now, there are other sentry bots we will be encountering, but there's no guarantee that those bots will drop an oddie item either. It's not that common of a drop. So even though we could avoid them, we're not going to. We're going to kill them. And this is something I point out to, again, this is a criticism I have of oddie mode, because it actually does the exact opposite, in my opinion, of encouraging you to play a character who doesn't engage in combat. It actually wants you to fight enemies to get these oddie items. And you actually will go out of your way to kill creatures in oddie mode, versus classic, in which there's so much experience points available, or rather more of it, that you don't ever feel obligated to do fights that you don't want to do. But we're killing the bots today! Alright, so there's one right here. Let's throw a flare. I don't think we'll actually need it, but just in case it helps. Oh wow, actually that really helped out. Alright, let's shoot it. And I can't shut the door. So now, if I move away, the bot's going to come in here. If I don't move away, the bot's going to blind me. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to reload our pistol, which we have just enough action points to do. And we're going to stand here. So, the good news is that... Okay, well actually, do I want to do that? Oh crap, I don't have the electric knife. Oh. I don't have the electric knife at all any longer. Okay, oh crap. Alright, let's just stand here. It's not the smart thing to do, but I want to show you guys the damage reduction that we now have thanks to our armor that we're wearing. We were taking about 14 or so damage, 14, 17 damage, and we took a 35 critical hit from the bots back in the GMS compound. And they were using a 9mm gun. These ones might have better guns, but let's see how much damage we take. That is perfect. We got hit like 7 times, and we took only 1 point of damage from all the normal attacks that hit us. We took 13 from a critical hit. This is something that I really want to stress to anyone who's been watching this playthrough. The armor you're wearing really matters. Wear armor which is suited to deal with the enemies you are going to encounter. If you're playing a stealthy character, it would really behoove you to wear armor that increases your stealth and that allows you to retain as much of your movement points and stealth as possible. Try to make sure your armor penalty is as close to 0 as you can, because you really need that evasion. Otherwise, make sure the armor that you're wearing can deal with the enemies that you are fighting. Now these 2 bots are standing right together. Let's see if we can throw an EMP grenade at them and disable both of them. And we did. Let's move up and shoot this one. Oh, I can't critical shot because it's already it's at some cooldown. 16, 18. Gung Fu doesn't let me swing again. Let's reload. And I don't think we got an item from either of... sorry, from that one. There's another one on patrol. Yes! Another registration plate. That is what we want from these things. Oh, a locker. Hello, little locker. Nothing in you. What good are you? Why are you here? There's nothing in you. There was no scrapture in there. There was no oddie items. What good is that locker? That locker's no good to anyone. No one likes you, locker. Why am I doing this? There's no reason to mess with the ventilation shafts. Now we have hacking. We have a hacking of only 53 though with the hacks for MK2. So we couldn't get through this anyway. But we don't want to go through there. We want to kill the bot. We want to kill the bot. 92 is a good chance to hit. Can I get away? 21 from a critical hit. We don't even need to use the taser. It was easy enough to kill. We were told he's a fan of mines. We haven't seen it. Oh, sorry, we did see one right here. And there's another. That one's more easily avoidable. Isn't there another mine here? Let's put on our light. It'll help us detect any if there's any here. And there is not. Ooh. Another strange comm device. We're allowed to find one more of those. Actually, we can find as many of them as you want, but we're only allowed to study one more of them. Any traps in here? There are 3 in this room. I know where all 3 are. There's one, there's the second, and there's a third. I want to say right in front of us, or right near the other side of this door, but we're not detecting that one. There you are. Okay, so we prepped for this. I'm quick saving just in case I die. If I take damage, I won't bother reloading. Let's throw that grenade here. Maybe here? Actually, far away from me, because when this one detonates, this one's in range of that one. Very pretty effects. Very pretty effects. Okay, nice. All the mines are destroyed. Now it's safe to walk around this place. Nothing in the shelves. A locked desk. Well, we have pickpocketing, which won't help me with this, but we can lockpick it. I think there's like 50 charons in it. 86 charons today, and 3 shotgun shells. He has a laser pistol in here. That's worth quite a bit to sell it. Some taurine, which isn't useful to us, but we can sell it. Mysterious disc. This mysterious dark green disc-shaped item is about the size of a dining plate. The surface is coarse, but you feel very comfortable holding it. It might be made of stone or metal, but it's not cold to the touch, and it's surprisingly light. I don't recognize where that's from, if it's from some sort of pop culture reference or a movie reference. And I can't zoom in on it to get a better look at it. But that's the item that that Eddie wants. Alright, that wasn't so bad. We got 2 items inside there as well, and I think turning this quest in gives us 2 more. So let's go turn it in, and then I think we've been playing for like about an hour. So I think... Actually, I like making these videos an hour and a half, so we'll play for an hour and a half or so if I haven't been playing that long. I think we'll go fight some siphoners next. I think this level is be to level 8. I would like to be level 10 before I do Depot A. Level 8 is the lowest level I'm willing to make the attempt at. There's enough oddity experience lying around in other parts of Underrail that we haven't been to yet, that we should be able to get to at least level 9. And if we get lucky, and we're able to find a few items and a few other things, we should be able to reach level 10. That might require us trying our hands at the burrower area, though, and I'm not going to be comfortable doing that without a shield. We could also step foot into Depot A and then leave. There tends to be a shield in one of the early on areas. In a very particular locker, or a canister, actually, a locked hackable box in the first area tends to have a shield in it. A low level one, but even a low level one goes a long way in dealing with burrowers. Yeah, I found the disc. Here you go. Haha, I knew you could pull it off. Good job. I'll let the guards know you're allowed to pass into Old Depot A. Just go through the back door over there in the HQ and turn right. I could use someone like you for another job if you're up for it. Come and see me later. 1 Oddity experience points for that, not 2. Okay. Well, crap. I'm not going to check the recording. I want to level one more time, so let's go on outside. Okay. Oh, I've been playing for a bit. Let's see if Len has cycled his inventory yet. I honestly do not mind most of the time the way the merchants work in this game. But sometimes, as you just saw earlier on, I really care. I'm not willing to put up with it. And I think he did, yes, he cycled his inventory. He's looking for 4 firearms again. All right, perfect. So, check out the traders. They might have something you want. You know, the gang members here, they're rather friendly, all things considered. I actually like both gangs here. We'll take that. And I will take that. Our armor is arguably better. Let's see what we can get for this stuff. Hello, Len. Okay, so... Oh, you're going to buy the armor as well. Well, then I'm going to sell you the armor, not the shotgun. And I think that's probably worth all your money? Most of your money. Okay. I don't need the shotgun shells. You're not buying melee items. I don't need the hammer frame. That's almost all your cash. What are you selling? Luger could be good, but I want a higher quality barrel, not 44. It's not good enough. That's about the level of the gun we're using right now. We'll just make this trade. So we'll get 280 Charons, and we'll trade a bunch of crap to him. That we don't need. This pistol could arguably use a repair. We'll do that. How's Coleman's knife? It's fine. I should remember, by the way, to have that in my hand when I end the combat round. I totally did not do so. Right. We picked up a laser pistol. Let's see if Catherine will buy it. Then we will go and see about killing a group of thugs. A very difficult group of thugs. So, one of my characters did not quite make it to Depot A. I attempted to kill the thugs that we will be attempting to kill, and they were just too tough. I just couldn't do it. And I decided to remake the character at that point. In retrospect, this group is very tough anyway, so I shouldn't have felt so bad about that. And she will buy this. Okay. So, before I... Actually, if I sell this to her, how much is it worth? Almost all her cash. So, is she selling anything I'm interested in? We're not going to have any higher electronics. If I want to make a power glove, I don't this will probably be the limit of the plasma core I'm able to use in it. But I'm probably not going to make a power glove. So... okay, let's reset this, and I will buy 1 electronics repair kit. So, generally, laser pistols are always worth repairing. I think this will be worth over 10,000 when we use this. Yep, 10,260. So that's worth the repair. Now we should be able to get all the cash she has on her. Yep, and exactly all the cash she has on her, including the money we traded for that repair kit. That was worth it. Okay, so... well, we still need another oddity point. There is something in here. There's some scrapture, but I can't make it into this... I can't make it in there to take it. We get seen, we get shot up. So the scrapture just has to stay there. No one else here had anything. Let me check my oddities really quick. Did I take all the Protectorate oddities? I did not! Alright, hold on. So we might get lucky. Because there's, I think, at least one more guard in the Protectorate base that we didn't pickpocket. In a different area. Let's go see if that guy has some dog tags on him. Make sure you're... yeah. We got it. We got it. Everything's off of us. I think... this guy has dog tags, right? But we don't have the pickpocket to take them off of him. Darn it! Can't talk to him. We can go in, though. Okay. I was curious. I knew there were 2 guards here, but I didn't know if we were allowed in to talk with that guard, but apparently we are. Do not cause any trouble, he says, looking forward, not even acknowledging us. That's good. This isn't causing trouble. This is taking trouble. And we will grab their dog tags, which is enough to level us. Do not put back on your weapons, Tim. What you were about to do not do that in the Protectorate base unless you want to hit reload. Just don't. It's not worth it. Not this early. Remember when Garrett cleared out this base after joining the free drones? We killed everyone in it. And I remember stun locking the last 2 Protectorate guards. I kept them both stun locked. I remember cackling at how nightmarish it must have been for them. Oh, it was good times. Good times. We might do that again with Decker if we decide to join the free drones. Alright, so we leveled. Let me pull up my build. Okay, and we get a stat point this time around. This stat point is going into dexterity. So, actually, before we do that, let's see what benefit we get for doing so. So, let's put the lucky knife here. And I guess we'll equip the flashbangs. Really dangerous to use flashbangs without throwing and or without a helmet with a visor that makes you immune to them. But we'll take the risk. Alright, so if I'm not gonna we're not gonna cause a fight, but I just want to see if I was to shoot, how many action points is it to shoot? It's 15 with our current pistol and the feats and what have you that we have equipped. So I think this will make it 14 now by taking a 1 higher dex. Guns and melee go up. So, I'm not going to be leveling, hacking, or lockpicking this level. In fact, I don't think I'm leveling them again until I'm level 10. Oh, I'm not even leveling pickpocketing. Really? Oh, I see why I'm not doing it. Okay, I'll keep to my build. All right, so none of my subterfuge goes up this level. We do increase dodge and evasion, and then No. Wait. Hold on. Something else is wrong. 45 lives. Oh, nope. Everything else is fine. Okay. So these points all go to mechanics. We're rushing mechanics in order to build better pistols. And as for feats, I have selected Expose Weakness this level. So that's interesting. Expose Weakness is a melee attack. But I think we will be happy to have it. So let's look at it. It's one of those few feats I take with almost every character, assuming they have any points in melee. So, or 40 points in melee, and at least 5 intelligence. You can perform a special melee attack that deals normal damage and reduces the target's mechanical resistance and threshold by 50% for 2 turns if it lands. We're taking it. Since we're using bullets, we definitely want the enemy's mechanical resistance lowered. And since we have Gung Fu, we'll be doing a lot of that shooting right up adjacent to the enemies. So this will be extremely handy. We will take this. Okay, so now that we're level 8, and then now that we have mechanics, and I have a 25 skill in it. Let's see if I'm able to make a repair kit. 25 skill in mechanics, I believe, is the minimum that you need to make normal repair kits. And I think you need 50 or 40 to make the advanced repair kits. Advanced repair kits repair 500 points of durability. Normal ones heal 150. It is more efficient to heal large amounts of durability using the advanced repair kits if it's at least 500 durability down. And I have no scrap in here, so it takes 25 scrap to make a normal and 50 to make an advanced, but I can't do either. What else are we doing, Tim? Is there anything else you want to do before you log out? I said we kill some people. Let's go kill some people. And now, by the way, as you can see, we need 18 points of experience to hit level 9. And I want to hit level 10. That's going to be 18. We need 38 more points of oddity points to level. That's a lot. I don't know if we'll hit level 10 before Deep away. We'll have to get super lucky. But we're going to make the attempt. Alright, let's save the game first. Go over here. And time to kill some people. I like exploring everything, so we're going to map out much of this area first. It's also useful to know where I need to run and where the corners are located. I think this is the area that leads me to that one trap door we had seen a few episodes ago. Oh, holy crap. Oh my god, that would have been really bad. I forgot, I don't have stealth. So I can't really make it to where I want to. I can't make it over here without her seeing me. Or him seeing me. It's a her. Alright. There's 3 thugs over there. That's the first one. One's a crossbow user. She has, I think, burr bolts, electric bolts, and fire bolts on her. There's a melee user who has, I think, dirty kick and crippling strike. And there's a gun user who I think has kneecap shot. And that's a nasty combo, dealing with all of them. But we're gonna do it. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna quick save, and the only reason I'm quick saving is in case I die. No matter what happens, assuming that I don't die, we're accepting it, because that's the way I roll. Let's throw some caltrops. Let's throw them here. That's not really where I wanted them. Let's try that again. Alright, that's a lot better. Next, we do the door thing. That up, move away, this way we don't waste the action points. And then we'll get ready for fighting. And I'm gonna do the really dangerous thing, and I'm gonna assume or hope that well, actually, the first thing I'm going to do is equip something else in my hotbar slot. Let's put a grenade there. That's going to get me in lots of trouble, but I'm going to do it anyway. All right, so I'm going to pray that I win the initiative roll rather than start combat. Oh, okay. Well, actually, so I thought I'd start combat here. I thought one of them would see me, but that's not the case. So do I want to use 10 movement points? I do. All right, so we're going to start this the old-fashioned way. Move up here. Let's throw the grenade. And hit. And they're both almost dead. That's amazing. Let's shoot this thug. We have to move up to that spot to shoot this guy, and I don't want to do that. So let's just run around the corner instead, get out of line of sight, and that will do. That is the crossbow user. Let's move up, and I will throw a flashbang. If this gets me, this is going to be super awkward. Why don't I move back a little bit? Yeah, move back a little bit and throw the flashbang. This is amazing. This is going extraordinarily well. Move up. So they're both unincapacitated next round. They're not really wearing heavy armor, or at least this guy isn't. I'm going to switch to our jacketed hollow point rounds, because that will hopefully chew through this guy a lot faster. I'm not going to critical shot him. I think we can just kill him with like 2 normal shots. Nope. That's not going to work. So we have to aim shot him. Still is not working. Oh. Let's taser him. And I actually need to start moving away, or we're going to die. Oh, okay, hold on. Let's use some adrenaline. I'm really committing to this. Oh, I need to use my movement points. We need to start moving away. I need to move up to shoot the crossbow user. I'm not gonna kill her. So now it gets super awkward because I'm gonna become exhausted. But I need to run around the corner. I don't think I can kill the crossbow user in 1 round of shooting. I have to move right up to her to get rid of her evasion, and she will net us or kill us very easily. Actually, hold on. I have 2 more rounds for my adrenaline. Maybe I can do this. Let's use the morphine. And we will run up, and we'll do this after all. Stunned. Okay. Get second wind. She's using acid rounds. We're now exhausted, so this is what I was afraid of. Our morphine's about to expire. Do I think I can win this fight? I think I can. Let's use the advanced health hypo to make sure we don't take any damage after our morphine expires. We move up and we stun her. And then we shoot her with a critical hit. Holy crap, 101 damage. And she's dead. All right, that worked out. Whew. Close. Very close. She has some knives, some bolts. That's a decent crossbow. It's scoped, so it's worth a decent amount of cash. I mean, it's level 4, so overall not very good. But still, a scoped different crossbow will sell for quite a bit. We'll take all her stuff. This thug had a level 3 garbage knife. The hawker, I've seen better. The armor isn't very good, so he had a bunch of garbage. We'll probably just leave it all on the shelf. Speaking of shelves, we get some marked cards. It takes quite a bit of observation, but you will figure out these cards are actually marked, and it's worth 2 oddie points. Very worth taking up. We don't need this stuff. Let's use our recycle item and break down the dagger for 17 scrap. You know what? I should have... I didn't swap to Colmer's lucky knife when the crossbow girl shot at us. I need to do that. So we're breaking down all the garbage that we got. I'm not going to sell our old knife. We're just going to break that down too. Oh, we can't. Okay. So this knife is level 6. It's a 690 durability knife. We need more mechanics to break it down successfully. So we can't break that down. Get rid of this. And this poor melee guy has level 6 rat hound leather gloves, but they're not very good, all things considered. So we're just going to leave them on the corpse. And that was all that was over here. I think there's some rubble around here somewhere that'll have a trilobite fossil in it. So let me hold this down. There it is. Alright, so we'll get this and then we'll call the session, everyone. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully it was fun. We're making good progress. We're level 8, which is very nice, especially for an oddie character at this point in the game. And we have quite a bit that we still want to explore. In fact, before we step into Depot A, we will actually be exploring every inch of Underrail that we can access first, because we want every single oddity point we can get before we step foot in there. And we'll probably get started on that in the next episode. So I'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching, and take care, everyone.